many people in this studio. So I think it's important that we honor teachers. Without teachers, we don't get good education.
I've been hearing Unicef talk about kids, children, their health, their food. But I didn't know that you were also interested in their education.
We're extremely interested. Well, we work in many different areas. But, you know, if a country is going to develop, one of the roots of getting there is through education. I think education is one of those foundational pieces of development. Education is one of those core rights that all children have. We're very interested in education.
So what is it that you want us to highlight on World Teachers Day? And what is it that what message that UNICEF want to put out on World Teachers Day?
Well, for me, I think there's several messages. One of the key ones is, you know, in the story of education in Ghana, there's plenty of good, there's plenty of bad, and there's a lot of ugly, in my view. And I think one of the key messages that I have is, you know, in Ghana, there's so many resources that goes to education, but the outcomes that Ghana gets out of those resources is quite poor, in my view. 25% of the government budget, about 10 billion CDs, goes to education, has been going to education for the past 10 years. But the performance is not so good. Was it last week or something? ISER, the Research Institute, came out, there was an article, they came out with a report that said that while access has improved, which is some of the good things that's happening to the education story in Ghana, quality is beginning to go down. And that's for me, one of the bad that definitely is happening. And for me, the ugly part is that it seems to be a management issue, largely. There are enough teachers to go around for the students that we have, it seems, but they're poorly distributed, poorly managed, poorly, etc. So they're not able to, we're not able to see the outcomes we should be seeing.
So what should our advocacy focus be now that we are reminding ourselves of the role of teachers? World Teachers Day is tomorrow. Where should government stakeholders focus more attention if we are to improve the outcomes?
I think government should be looking at the efficiency and the performance of the education sector. You should be looking at those teachers that are there. Increasingly, they are trained. Are they all in the right place? For instance, did you know that there's a deficit of, I think, 24,000 teachers in rural areas? While there's a surplus of 27,000 teachers in urban areas. So we have enough. I mean, if you do the simple mathematics, 27 minus 24, you actually have some surplus teachers, but they're not in the right places. We've heard a lot about teacher absenteeism. It's getting better, but it's still not fully there. So there has to be better management just to make sure that all teachers are where they should be teaching children. And then the whole business of time on task. Sometimes the teachers are there, but they're not actually teaching the children. So again, it's a management issue, making sure that they're there teaching the children. Many of these things are management problems. And for that, you need the education sector itself to be really engaged, trying to fix those problems. But you meet concerned citizens as yourself, the parents, etc., to find ways of bringing up this issue so that it can be talked about, so that you can get the better efficiencies.
But are the teachers good enough? Are they well trained? Some people are concerned that people who go for teacher training in this country go for it as a last resort, so they really don't even have an interest, and they also feel that the quality of the the training for teaching is not really up there, and that's why the outcomes, the quality of what we are seeing in our students is not that good. Do you agree with that?
Well, the best teachers, the teachers that have marked our lives, that actually inspired us, weren't these people motivated? Like the story you just told earlier. These are people who were motivated, who actually wanted to teach. And I think part of where we have collectively failed teachers